So we do have some significant improvements this time around. We don't tend to bring out clubs in a big rush. We wait until we've got them right before we bring them out to the public. So usually about 2 years time that takes us to do that. So this time around we've got some big improvements in terms of forgiveness, we've got some big improvements in terms of feel, and also we've been able to add some distance, getting much faster ball speeds. So all the way around for golfers, any one of those three things is going to be great. All three together is a definite improvement. Okay, so we spoke before just there that improvement in the feel, improvement in the speed, and improvement in the forgiveness. How we're doing that right across the board is using more tungsten than we've used before and finding ways to use that tungsten more effectively. The reason we use tungsten is it's very dense versus a standard carbon steel or stainless steel. So what that allows us to do is position a lot more weight lower down in the club head and a lot more weight further out. Lower down helps us to lower center of gravity, which gives us more launch. In AP1, that gives the ability to strengthen up some lofts in some short irons. It also puts the center of gravity more aligned with where we're going to hit the ball. That gives us faster ball speed. That also gives us better feel. So the other thing that with having the tungsten down lower, having it further out gives us greater heel-toe stability. So that helps us to make our shots go straighter. It also gives us, again, improved feel because we're feeling like we're hitting more shots on the center. Also, being able to move that weight further out increases that moment of inertia. That gives us more distance on our off-center hits. AP1 also has a new face design. It's an unsupported face this time around. That gives us the ability to get more face flex. It gives us more speed, it gives us more launch, and those two are key planks to distance. Some big changes in the CB this time around. For the first time, we're using tungsten in our CB, so using the same innovative co-forging technology that we use in AP2. This is bringing the forgiveness on these clubs to a whole new level. Every club through the 716 series has jumped up a level in forgiveness. AP2's as forgiving as the previous generation 714 AP1. The CBs in 716 are as forgiving as the AP2's in the 714. So we're using 55 grams of tungsten here. We've never done that before. That's pushing a lot of the weight down, a lot of the weight out. In a traditional blade size forging like we have here, or a cavity blade if you will with CB, it's really taking it to that next level in terms of forgiveness, while still managing to give you that shaping ability that players really like from the CB. This time around we have two new hybrids, our 816H1 and H2. It's a little earlier than most people were probably suspecting in terms of a hybrid for us, but we really wanted to release our hybrids at the same time as our irons. There's a really good reason for that. It comes down to set composition. Having the right set composition helps us to score best. And our experience tells us, and all the feedback we're getting from fitters and professionals out there and players, is that when you can buy and or get your club's irons fitted at the same time as you fit your hybrids, end up with better set composition. If we take a look at some of the features of H1, 816H1, we're looking around. One thing to notice straight up is that it's a grey crown this time around. A little bit different, really makes it easy for us to signify 9 series for the woods, 8 for the hybrids, 7 going into the irons there. But also it's not just for that, and it's not just to change the look up. There are some significant benefits to that from a visual perspective and helping players to line up. It gives us the ability to have hosel masking, so that helps us to get the top line here much more lined up for the play. It gives them the visual effect of it being longer. Something else that's helping out with that is face progression. We're moving the leading edge here a little further forward as we go along in loft to make sure that leading edge again sets up here with the shaft. Key benefits in terms of distance and performance, we're looking at higher moment of inertia. So we've been able to increase moment of inertia about 7% this time around. Also been able to drive the center of gravity a little bit lower to be able to get that extra distance. Using ultra thin face technology to help us out to get maximum speed, and active recoil channel as well to help us with that. Running lofts here in 19, 21, 23, 25 and 27. so a little bit tighter than before, and our new Sure Fit hosel, adjustable in 1 degree increments. So we can go 1 degree flat, anywhere up to 2 degrees upright, and we can also go down 1 loft or up 2 degrees. Looking at the H1 and the H2 this time around versus the previous generation, why would I switch up? So some significant changes this time around. We've been able to increase the launch angle. When we're talking about hybrids, increasing launch angle is going to give us a higher flight. It's going to give us more distance at that speed. Also been able to increase the moment of inertia, so we're getting more forgiveness, which is going to give us more distance on all of our hits. Also improve the turf interaction. We've improved the way the face sits, the face progression, something from a visual aspect, and it also helps in terms of cutting through the turf, cutting through the rough. Also improved the lofts that we use. We've made them a little tighter, going at 2 degree increments rather than 3 this time around, and 1 degree Sure Fit hosel. So closer matches with iron bending and really gives us the ability to dial it in tighter than we ever have before.